Hi everyone, it's Tracy and welcome home. So today I am going to take you on my very first thrift haul. So I don't thrift a lot, but when I do, I thrift hard. No, just kidding, really. Okay, so let's start off with, I'm just gonna pick whatever I pick when I pick it. How's that? So first is this The Wildflowers of North America. It's an address book and daily journal. And I don't know when it was. It's not very old. It was 97. But are those not perfect for your journal? Like the size of them. And it just cut them out. You don't have to fussy cut at all. They all have borders. So I'm thinking this is a pretty good score for if you need photos of flowers or herbs or whatever you think, but I think it's pretty cute. So yeah, so that was part one. Well, part one of part one. Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I just want to tell you this is the second time that I've done this video because the first time my dog had to go outside, and because I'm new to all this technology, I didn't know how to pause the video. So yeah, so we're starting over. So the second book is, I'm just gonna make sure all this is really in the way here. That's what happens when you don't have a lot of space. Mind you, I've taken up the whole dining room table and I still don't feel I have any space. Oh, and you know what? My laptop is making a huge shadow, so excuse me, I'm just gonna move that. Oh, things are happening over here. Look out. Okay. Maybe we're okay now. So let's get this book on the go. So it's Airtay's Fashion Design. Oh yeah, something fell. And it's just illustrations that were in Harper's Bazaar magazines from 1918 to 1932. And if anybody is doing a fashion journal or, you know, anything like that with clothing, but these were actual covers of the magazine. So like 1921, like wow. It's just all the different styles of clothing, right? I just thought it was really, really cool. And like I don't really do fashion journals, but just even the history of it is amazing. Okay, then I have this little book. Well, it's big in size, but it's pretty tiny. It's Emily Dickinson, and these are, Voices in Poetry. Basically her biography melded in with drawings and illustrations of Emily Dickinson's life. And I think they're pretty cute, right? You could fill a whole journal spread with these things, so yeah, wow. And like the little poems too, you could cut those out and put them in your journal too, so cute. So that was another booky book. Oh, I'm running. I don't have any here. Okay, and so this one is how to paint and draw flowers and plants. So somebody was doing their list of things they wanted to paint, but get it all in there. So it is just jam-packed full of fussy cuts, but also it's teaching you how to draw them, and like perspectives and shading, and see, shading. See, I didn't even know that. And composite plate, and then it gets into ink and watercolors, and you know, the trillium and violets, and how you start, how you draw, and then how you paint, and how you shade, and how you compose. But the flowers are marvelous. And like, what a cute, like you could put that right in your journal just like that. I love it. It's beautiful. And that was another good little bargain. So let's go to something cute for a minute. Say bye to the books for a second. Look at this. I hope you can see it. It is a wee little sewing machine, but it's a pin cushion. And look, it has this little piece of felt on the back. And watch this. It's a measuring tape. Oh my God. How cute. Oop, dust. How cute is this little thing? Like, I'm not a sewer. I have so many sewing things, and I'm not a sewer. You know, I've talked about how I fight with my sewing machines and how I destroy them. So I just thought, how cute. I had to have it. It's pretty old, obviously, because it just says Japan on it. So cute, hey? Cute, cute. Okay. And then I found these old Denison labels. And a lot of people collect these Denison things, but look, oh my, and they're the gummed back ones. Look at 40 of them in there for $1. You can't get anything. You can get a penny candy for $1 now. Right, so we've got the big ones, and then we have, that box is a little bit damaged, and then we have the smaller ones, but I thought, hey, I could use these. You know, you're always looking for labels to put in your journals and maybe mailing, but I don't know. It's like one of those things where, do I just want to save it? And ergo, another purchase that I'm like, am I going to use this? Like, everybody does those Rolodex cards, and they keep like track of everything in their cards, and I saw this and I'm like, look at this cute little, oh, you know, I could pop one of these cards out if I knew how to pop one out. You know, it's all a learning curve. But just make little tiny Rolodex cards, right? Right? Listen to me. I get so excited about these little things. But I just thought this was just a cutie little thing. And I'm sure Margaret at 7 Plaza would like it too. Okay. No, I don't sew. Hello. Look. Isn't this something? It's just an old, oops. And look at it. I don't know why that, oh, there was probably something glued onto that at one point and it's missing, but look at the old sewing thread in here. It's just, I think I get it for the nostalgia of the spools. You know, I love the old wooden spools, and I think that's probably why I got it, but how cute. And you know what, for a sewing enthusiast or a collector of old sewing notions, she's pretty cute. Okay, and oh, stuff's gonna start flying. And of course, the royal pin cushion. Dun da da da. Doo. Pretty cute. Made in Japan. It's not, might be vintage, but it's certainly not antique. But again, it's one of those things where it's really cute and you just gotta have it, right? Okay, moving on. I got these 3 packs of souvenir color slides of Rome, Venezia, that's got to be, I don't know what it is, and Sorrento. So all cities in Italy. But watch this. Now, a few of them are missing. I don't know what happened, but look. You don't even have to go to Rome. You just look at these. Just hold them up to the sunlight if you have a sunny day, and boom, you're in Rome. So save yourself a few $1,000s and just pick up the slides. So yeah. So same with all three of them, just full of slides. Rome obviously had a lot more attractions because it's way thicker, but yeah, I just thought pretty cool. I know slides are good to use in junk journals, but then again, if you're doing a journal on Italy, you could also use these in that. So that's those. Whoops. Okay, we are moving on to this book. A pictorial history of music. And see, here I go again. I'm not into music. I can play hot cross buns on the recorder and air guitar like there's no tomorrow. But this book, see, it just looks like an old book. Like it's taken me back to like grade school in the library when they all had the plastic covers so we wouldn't ruin them. So it's just got a little bit of mark up that, but it's got a beautiful spine. And let's just get that back in there. Oh, and Outlander's on for my deaf dog. So yeah, just so you know, there's always going to be a TV show on because the TV is always on. Actually, to be honest, it's on 24 hours a day because if you turn it off, it takes you 3 hours to turn it back on. So, The Perils of Tracy. So, published in 1960. So, it goes through all the different ages of music, the different, I don't know what you... Are they eras? Is that what you call them? So, So we go through, garbage truck. I can't yell at her because she won't hear me, right? Okay, so book one is, it goes through the Middle Ages, right? So all of these black and white photos for your junk journal, or, oh my gosh, look, what is that? Oh, look at that. How gorgeous. Sorry, I said gorgeous again, but it is. So it just takes you through, like, just imagine if you're a music lover, number one, you don't have to destroy this book. Keep it. If you want to learn about the history of music, read it and keep it. You know, collectors, students, anything. You can't change history, right? History is history. So everything has got to be the same because no Torahs of musical history have been found in a bottle in the ocean. So it's going to all be the same, but it's just, I love it. It's a fairly big book, but how beautiful. And it's one of those things, do I cut it up or do I not cut it up? Okay. So these two, one of them is a little bit damaged, but it doesn't impact the idea of what you would probably want to use it for. So I'm not a painter, as I said before. Painting by numbers is hard for me. It's hard to stay within the lines, which takes me back to my brother, Chad, who, oh my God, if he went out of the lines, the world was coming to an end. Okay, so this is the beginner's book of oil painting. And what a great page, right? And tools of the trade, well, you need a brush and you need paint, right? And a palette, and you need a stool. And then here we go. Aren't we all doing these right now? Don't we all paint these little things and put them in our journals? Yes, why? Because we love color. So then we get into landscaping and skies and drawing and can you imagine, like, just I think I might have to cut this thing up, but I'd have to do a whole different kind of journal. Oh no, I could use these, but I might list it in the shop because you know what? Some people collect art history books and learning art, and you know what? I'm not going to tear up a book if somebody could make use of it. Oh, and he's from BBC television. Come on. I'm sure some people watched them when they were little. Anyway, so this one is just I don't even know how to, almost like a magazine, but it reminds me of Scholastic books for some reason, but it looks like it was up against something and it leached into the book, but it's a pretty big book. But look, hello, can you see me? See, luckily that thing didn't leach into all the pages, but how unbelievable. Yeah, and we have one bad page here, and see, here, got that. But hello, yes, and I do say hello a lot because, and then I'll go, oh, right? But holy, just the colors are so deep, and it just reminds me of some of the amazing artists on Instagram that I follow because they just blow me away with their skill and how they can just pick up a brush and they can just make something so unbelievable, or take a pencil and just sketch. I draw like an apple tree, you know, you put the trunk and then you do the big flowery thing and then you draw the apples in it. Oh, and I can draw a house too. Not like that, but so yeah, gorgeous. I love it. Like seriously, right? Seriously. Now I'm talking like Izzy on whatchamacallit, Grey's Anatomy. My dog watches way too much TV. Okay, the complete book of crochet. And I don't crochet, but I pretend to. When I was younger, I knit like just a scarf, but I couldn't cast on. I could cast off, but I couldn't cast on. So if nobody was there to cast on for me, it wasn't happening. So this, I thought, oh my gosh, I love like doilies and all those. I know most doilies is tatting, but there are some crocheted doilies, obviously, right? So just fashion, statement. Hello. Look, all the patterns. And then there are, like, what a beautiful picture there of all the different, and I don't know how people can do this. Knit 7, purl 44. I don't know. But it is a stunner. If you, definitely for journals, like I say, I'm not into crochet, but give me a doily and that makes me happy. So just thought it's definitely vintage. I didn't look at the year yet, did I? No, 72. So I like it. Good thick book in great condition. So that's that one. Book. And then, oh no, more books. Okay. Oh, I don't think I'll do that one. Okay, how about this one? I am not a photographer, but I play one on TV. So this, the artist and the camera, and again, this one is for the black and whites because it is packed full of black and whites and just the different aspects of photography and where you stand to take the picture and the perspective of it and how you like move from one side to another. Where do you put the lighting? It's just, I don't know. I'm just drawn to these types of books. I'm drawn to every type of book. And you know, one of the most hardest things for me was when I had to move from a larger house about probably 9 years now. And I had to get rid of so much stuff, and it just made me so sad. And then years later, you're like, oh, I wish I had that. And we didn't have like Marketplace or anything like that back then, right? So how was I supposed to get rid of stuff? So a lot of stuff just, it went to the dump, broke my heart. I had vintage hats, but I had nowhere to put them. So what was I gonna do? Okay, barns, that's what we're gonna do. Hello, the barns, they are a fallen. We're losing them. But sorry about the glare. The lighting is really bad today because all I have is overhead, so it gives you a glare. It's dark out because it's rainy, so I can't get anything there. So I have little lamps set up all around me, and I'm trying to get the proper lighting for the best effect. So I think this book is pretty darn cool. Okay, if you are have farming in your history, if you are someone who loves to go on road trips and see all the different barns and how beautiful they are and how they've been built and how some of them are still standing, and nothing is more freaky than a fallen down barn like the one we used to pass on our way to my grandma's house every summer. But I just think, again, I'm saying I just think this book is great for a collector, for a photographer, for a junk journaler, or a fence maker. Okay, there's that one. Okay, another book. This wasn't all done on one haul, just so you know. It's a combination, and it's because I just went checking to make sure I press play. Okay, thank God. It's a culmination of many weeks, but not having the nerve to video it. And of course, again, I choose to do it on a day where I have extreme nasal congestion and it's driving me insane. It's always that on a rainy day. Okay, Harrow Smith illustrated book of herbs, whatever you want to call them. So this is, again, a book filled with lovely florals and illustrations. Sorry, how to landscape, where to place your plants, and then we get into the drawings, the illustrations that are most sought after for putting in our journals. And I actually have started in my flip-flops. I'm actually incorporating with digitals, vintage and antique papers, magazine pages, because there's some amazing magazines out there with just amazing photographs to put. Oh, and yum. Don't you want, is that a caprese salad? Is that what that's called? Or a margarita pizza? Oh, I'm hungry. So now I forget what I was talking about. See, squirrel. But I think, again, So that'll be my saying, but I do think, sometimes I think way too much, but beautiful. Oh, is that lamb's ear? Those leaves are like the softest velvet you've ever felt. I loved that plant, but it got long and woody, but you could cut it off and it would always come back. So beauty, beauty. Love that book. Okay. What do I have next? I have, oh, of course. Okay, this book is specifically for people who do not necessarily mixed media, but do journals that are very probably current, and like to add color and like to add photos of people and places. This definitely isn't something I would use, but as soon as I saw it, there's got to be something to it, right? So check this out. Hello. Watch these photos. Just look, just of her life, I think it's a life in a year, where she and her family spent traveling across the world, and just the photos that she took on their travels. But oh, see, that is something that I would use in a flip-flop journal. These two pictures would be perfect. And it just keeps going on. You know, let's go fishing. So it's like her scrapbook of a year, but we all get to live through this book vicariously with her. So it's just lovely. I see these pages, they're just, and it's not shiny. It's like matte. So it's absolutely perfect. And you can cut the little squares where she has the collages of, or if that's what you call them, I don't even know. Wow, okay. So she's a beauty. She was published not long ago at all. It was published in an unknown year, but I would say it's very recent. But it's in perfect condition. I don't think anyone ever read this, and you know what, now that I look through it again, I'm gonna look through it again. Okay, I think, is that all for today? Well, I'm sure I just don't have, I have another book, and I don't know why I grabbed it. I think I grabbed it for the black and whites. This is actually a book about the history of Kohler. And you know, they are like the bathtub and the taps and that family, right? Right? But I picked it up and I'm like, oh, these pictures. Oh, mind you, this one is glossy, but I'm like, I'm turning the pages and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, here we go. And it's all about, I'm sorry if I can flip through this. I don't want to take your time to go through every single, but it's history in a little book full of, full of just photos of the past. And I know it's about a company that makes bathtubs and sinks and look at the cast iron tubs. But it's black and white photos for a majority of this book. And, you know, I don't know, like what, there's advertisements. We get into their ads, different ads that Kohler has produced over the year, if you want to look at ads. And then we do get into, of course, more modern because it is the history of, but beautiful. Oh, walking in a winter wonderland. A little cool would be nice today here, but anyway. So yeah, let's go golfing. That's what all the coolers are doing because they retired on all their money. And then it gets into their products and my stomach's growling. It's because I saw that basil and that tomato. Okay, quickly, just really quickly, ouch. I found these. Now, I don't know how much I can get into, into this because they're huge books, but I'm sure you've seen these before. These are all prints, or plates, I'm sorry. So this was from the painter El Greco, so you can see that these are plates. But there's, I don't know how many of them are. Look. Just absolutely beautiful. And you know what's funny is I was, you know, Aloha's Creations. I was going through her, because I love watching thrift haul videos. That's why I love Seven Plaza too, because she does her thrifts. And it reminded me that I had bought these years ago. And they were just sitting in my closet. And I'm like, I'm not a painter. I don't collect anything to do with painting. So what am I doing? I'm saving a part of history so that somebody else can have it, right? Don't you want these? Yes, you do. Hello. Wait. Plate 9, the Coronation of the Virgin. He painted this originally in 1641. Hello, history. I love history. I love history. I love art. I love crocheting. I love photography. I love painting. And my little tin doll who lost her little winder. But I love tin toys. Who doesn't love tin toys? And who doesn't love tins? And who doesn't love fans? Lita Vintage. And who doesn't love Holly Hobby? Hey, come on. Right? Okay, folks. This was Tracy's very first thrift haul video. I welcomed you home, and now I'm going to say it's time to go. It's been fun. I will see you soon.